Welcome to Český Krumlov, one of the most prominent cities in the Czech Republic. The city was labeled as World Heritage by UNESCO back in 1992 for its historical, cultural and also geographical significance. The city is without a doubt the place to visit in the South Bohemian region of the Czech Republic, as historically it was a seat to many important Czech families such as the Rosenbergs or the Eggenbergs. The medieval part of the city, situated right there, is surrounded by the river Vltava. And today we're going to pinpoint and go through the most important locations that you do not want to miss when you eventually visit. Let's go. We start off with one of the most important parts of the whole castle complex. This building right here, which is called the castle's Baroque Theater. It is connected to the main part of the castle, which is located right there, by the infamous plaster bridge. This was the bridge that we saw in the shot earlier. Now I'm gonna show you one of the best views that you're gonna get in the whole Český Krumlov. Come check this out, come on. One of the most picturesque spots in the whole of Český Krumlov Castle Complex is the plaster bridge right here. We talked about it earlier. Now the plaster bridge has this magnificent view on the Český Krumlov as a whole, the medieval city center that is very famous, and also it consists of 6 apostle sculptures on both sides of the bridge. Now tunnel pathways like this are a part of the whole castle complex, and they all consist of the same treasure gem. Look at this. It's the view. Another important site to see in the Český Krumlov Castle Complex is definitely the second country yard. Now, there are 5 country yards in total. This is without a doubt the most important and most famous one. There is a pathway and a bridge connecting the first country yard, which is that way, and the second country yard, which is here, and it goes over the castle's moat. Now, as you could have seen right now, the moat is famous for having bears captured within it, and it is assumed that those bears were here since the 16th century as the Italian family Orsini came into the Czech castle to occupy it for a moment. And the reasoning behind it is because Orsa in Italian means bear. Straight above the castle moat rises the massive castle tower right there, which is connected to the main hall of the whole castle complex. Together with the hall and together with the castle tower, this is by far the oldest part of the castle complex. Reign of William of Rosenberg. The palace and the castle complex as a whole has been preserved in almost perfect conditions since the days of its construction in the 16th century, while William of Rosenberg was at reign. The Renaissance character of this castle is underlined by the rich facade, which was typical for this time period. One of the most interesting and thoroughly visited places in the whole of Český Krumlov is definitely the Concord Square, which we are standing at right now. It has preserved its medieval layout since back in the day up until now, and is surrounded by Renaissance and Gothic houses all around, as well as a stone fountain in the middle. The real dominant feature of this whole square is definitely the Plague Marian column, the statue and a fountain of Immaculate Virgin Mary and 8 saints, the patrons of Český Krumlov. The most important and recognizable building in this whole square is definitely the town hall situated right behind me. Now the town hall is very famous for its wide facade created in the 17th century, where the 2 original Gothic houses situated right there joined up. Now the famous attic with vases on top was created only at the end of the 18th century in 1796. The town hall also consists of a bell inside, which was used to call up councillors for meetings. One of the best known and well-preserved buildings in Český Krumlov is, for example, the Rose Hotel. The Rose Hotel is very famous because it sits in a spot where a college stood in the 16th century, and it also brings a nice terrace with a view on the northern side of the Český Krumlov Castle Complex. Even though the hotel possesses vaults, ceilings, unique frescoes and paintings, all from the original time, the best feature about this is definitely the terrace with the significant and magnificent view on the medieval city center as well as the castle complex. From great historical monuments to geographical sites, we have shown few of the best qualities that Český Krumlov possesses and which make it one of the most prominent cities in Europe for locals and foreigners to visit. I have been Lost Pigeon. Thank you for going on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time. Yeah!